Hello and welcome to Dreadnought. This is an interesting game. It's recently dropped down onto Steam after being exclusively on the Grey Box website for a while. But I picked it up and gave it a go. But once you get past this sort of tutorial mission in the game, you can sort of jump straight into all sorts of different games with the tier 1 ships that you're given at the beginning. So in this game, I'm just going to take the standard Dreadnought, which is the yeah, something like that. Anyway, that's what it looks like. It's kind of green and weird. That's not my ship. I accidentally clicked and ended up on someone else's. But anyway, Dreadnought is... Well, this is the thing. It's difficult to describe what Dreadnought is, because initially when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's like Fractured Space. But then you play it and you're like, it's nothing like Fractured Space. In fact, the two games are very, very different games. I'd actually liken Dreadnought more to World of Warships and World of Tanks, really, than Fractured Space. The only similarities, I suppose, is the fact that, yes, you are in giant capital ships and knocking the living snot out of each other, but the overall gameplay is very wargaming-esque, in my opinion. You are 5v5. Sorry, it's not 5v5. Yeah, scrap that. You are in a smaller team than what you would expect to be in World of Tanks and stuff like that. It's more like sort of teams of 8 to 10 or so. But this is pretty much the core gameplay here. You can see that I've just sort of maneuvered my Dreadnought. We've come across a small enemy ship and I fired a few rounds at it, and that's it. You point, you click, and therefore you do damage. You've got a few upgrades as well. You can see at the top of the screen that I've got a few little special abilities. You're not seeing it at the moment because I rebound it, but if I was to press E, you could see the energy wheel where you could improve, you could push energy into shields or weapons or even engines, and that blue bar on the right of my reticle there would deplete as I use it. Now in this particular game mode, all we need to do is to destroy the enemy command ship, which is that thing that I'm shooting at right now, and not let our command ship die, although to be honest I've completely forgotten about that part at this point. And then notice that that ship right there has just launched a flurry of missiles at me. So I've activated my automatic missile defense countermeasure laser thingamajiggies, plus also erected my shield. There's my laser thingamajiggies, stopping some of the missiles coming through, but I did take a lot of damage. The ship shooting at me at the moment this is chaos, basically. I'm trying to describe everything that's going on, but there's so much going on that is damn well near impossible. Basically, shoot or be shot, try and counter whatever they're doing, and continue to shoot them. Fortunately, somebody on my team who does know what they're doing is pointing a healing laser at me, as you can just about see at the bottom there of my ship, but at the same time I'm still getting shot to hell, so... the command ship is dead, so that is a nice juicy chunk of points. And if you look at the bottom right of the screen, you can see that they've just killed our command ship as well. So now the scores are fairly even at 74 to 57, but we're still winning just about. And this guy decides to throw his ship away, which is always nice. So the ability I just used there was the plasma broadside, which is probably the most powerful ability, well, this ship has at least anyway. It's only a tier 1, so what do you expect? But it's so difficult to describe what the hell's going on, because so much is going on in these heated battles. But this is the thing with Dreadnought, it seems to go from peaks and troughs. So we just had a peak of action, and now we're going to have a trough of action. So hopefully I might be able to explain a little bit more about what the hell I'm doing. Fortunately, in this particular game, and I have played a few that weren't quite as successful, but in this one, it seems that the team are sticking together. They're using me as the battering ram, which is the absolute right thing to do. The Dreadnoughts have all the hit points, and they have a reasonable amount of firepower normally, and a ridiculous amount of firepower when you do this. And yeah, bye-bye. That was fun. It's kind of unceremonious is the only problem I have with the plasma broadside. It's kind of like, yeah, you've got this amazing plasma broadside ability, and you use it, and it kind of whiffs out, you know, uneventfully. It does destroy the enemy target, but you're kind of like, I wish it made more of a boom. Maybe it makes more of a boom in higher tier ships, because like World of Tanks, World of Warships and things like that, you unlock ships by researching them and then buying them and then upgrading their modules to then research new ships and buy them, and knew how to research and buy the modules on the way as well. So that's kind of the tech tree is very wargaming, is what I mean by that. The gameplay, you know, it's very cover based. You use the cover to approach, get yourself in a position, and then, you know, rain crap on your enemy like this. And this is probably where I would compare it to World of Warships in that sense. But of course, in World of Warships, you've got two dimensions of movement. In this, you've got three, as you've got up and down as well. So that presents an interesting dimension to this. Plus, also, it looks pretty sweet, and it has some nice graphic effects and stuff like that. Would I compare it to Fractured Space? Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's an invalid comparison. It's like comparing an apple to a steak. That they got two completely different purposes in life, you know. Fractured Space is prettier. You could say there's more ships in Fractured Space. Fractured Space has a much more gentle tech tree, but Fractured Space is a lane-based MOBA with 5v5 arena-based sort of combat. So yeah, they're two very different games. So it's difficult to just say, oh yeah, this is better than Fractured Space, or Fractured Space is better than this. They're just two different. They can satisfy two different itches. So I wouldn't compare them. But Dreadnought's an interesting little beast, I must admit. I'm not sure how interesting it will remain, and as a result of the tech tree being very wargaming, I'm not sure I have the appetite to go through the grind again. You know, wargaming have done that to me, and it's never ending and stuff like that. And I'm not sure. I mean, I'm only at tier 1, so I need to give it more time, but it's quite fun because stuff like this happens. You know, a Dreadnought has just warped in right next to me, and it's brown trousers moment. I've launched my missiles, he's launched his, I've launched my broadside, he's launched his. We've both got our shields up, and we're both just hammering each other. He's switched to his secondary weapon, I've just done mine because mine was about to reload, and, well, apparently I managed to beat that. I think because I had a healing ship on me. You can see the beam coming in on the right there. So yeah, I'm lucky in this game to have a good team on my side, and a healer that seems interested in keeping me alive, which is, you know, probably the good thing to do. So far in this game, I've been running ring and roses around the center, basically chasing the enemy around the outside. So I decided to turn around and go back the other way, and let's see if we can catch the enemy unawares. The fact that I just turned around and I'm now going the other way. The only problem with this tactic is it kind of left my team behind now, so kind of on my own. But we are winning. We're 219 to 154. I haven't died yet, and I've killed plenty of their ships, so I'm feeling fairly good until I accidentally fire off my plasma broadside for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that I have fat fingers and accidentally mashed the wrong button. I meant to press 2 and hit 1, but there we go. That sort of thing happens because you're looking at the screen, not looking at the keyboard. But you could remap those keys to, I don't know, other shortcuts. So I launched my missiles at this guy because reasons, but he's going down fairly quickly. And this is where the teams seem to be spawning in at the moment. So I'm kind of conscious that I'm on my own, although I do have another cruiser with me. It is a sniper rather than a brawler. But let's move up. Let's see if I can catch something in my plasma broadside, because that's really what I want to do right now. That's why I'm maneuvering in this way. There goes another of their dreadnoughts. There's a destroyer. Something else has just warped in as well, so this is possibly not the best idea. But I really want to hit something with my plasma broadside and just screw them up. So maybe I don't need to hit him with a plasma broadside, because this guy seems to be going down pretty quickly just with my primary weapon here. Ooh, ouch. I'll pop my shield up, thank you very much, before you smack me with any more of those rounds. Yeah. I'm reloading on that one, so I switch to the secondary weapon. Oh my lord, what the hell? There we go. This is another weird thing about Dreadnought, is that you can go from full health to no health very, very quickly, especially when more than one ship decide to take issue with you. So it is all about position, it is all about looking after yourself and not putting yourself into too exposed a position, which again is very wargaming and very World of Warshipsy like type thing, but with giant space kind of capital ship things that look pretty cool and have cool weapons. But I'm going to try out, I'm going to give Dreadnought more of a chance, because I must admit I wasn't overly taken with the gameplay so far. It was fun, but I was kind of like meh about it. I'm going to give it more of a chance. I'm going to try a few more ship types and get through a few more tiers of vessel before making my final conclusions. Color me curious, but not entirely overwhelmed for now. And anyway, maybe I'll return to you guys with more Dreadnought videos. Let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. But for now, that is all. That was a very hectic, chaotic, rambly episode. But that kind of felt like the game itself, to be honest. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.